Okay, so here we are in Grantham. Grantham is a border town between Nottinghamshire and Lincolnshire. So this is a town that really separates these two shires. Now, I had to come to Grantham again just to get some really historical perspective out of the way. So this monument you're seeing is the monument of a notable figure in Grantham called Frederick Ptolemachet. I hope I pronounced that well. 1804 to 1888. He was the town's MP or Member of Parliament for a really long time, between 1826 and 1871. And then there's a pub there with his name on it. Now the next notable figure you're going to see is Margaret Thatcher. Margaret Thatcher was born in Grantham. There it is, that's her name there. And we're going to actually see where she was born. Is part of the reason I came for this trip, just to get this message across as well. And apart from Margaret Thatcher, the next notable person we're going to see is Sir Isaac Newton. Sir Isaac Newton has so much information about him. He's a huge person in history, all the amazing things he did for gravity and all that goes with that. That's Isaac Newton. That's his monument there. Now, another notable person I found out about Grantham is a lady called Edith Smith. And he was the first female police officer in 1914. He was also from Grantham. Other important places you see in Grantham is the Grantham Guildhall, which is another interesting building that's been there for centuries. Now, what I tend to do in Kawa, that's the Guildhall right there that you're seeing. What I tend to do in Kawa tourism is to bring out these historical places to our understanding, for us to begin to see where things are and know what they represent. So, whenever I ask people, why do you travel? What are you traveling for? It's always important that we know why we travel. So, for some people, they travel for relaxation. For some people, they travel just to see a new place and can't really tell why they are there. For me, I found out I travel to really bring out history. And now look at it. This is where Margaret Thatcher was born. This is the building that she was born in. That's her father's house when she was a baby. The father owned a shop, which was this place at the bottom. And this is the street that Margaret Thatcher grew up in. Now, Margaret Thatcher happens to be the first UK female prime minister, and at that time, she was the longest serving prime minister of the 20th century. I have not taken my time to know if there's been another person who has been in that position for longer. But she was really, really tough, and then she was nicknamed the Iron Lady. And it makes you really wonder. This is the street that she was raised in. Makes you wonder then, when we begin to look at ourselves and we are thinking that these people who come to prominence are such amazing people, they were born special. No! Look at the street where she lived as a child. Look at the building she was raised in. Just as normal as anybody else's. Across the road is a big shop and another shop, Lidl. But of course, I don't think they probably were there when Margaret Thatcher was born. Maybe these are new shops, new things. But it's for us to absolutely understand that these things that we are seeing, historical issues, historical messages, people who've been here long before us, were just as normal as possible. Now, this next part is King's School, is called. Guess what happened here? This is where Sir Isaac Newton went to school, the King's School. This is such a massive history. This school produced amazing brains like Sir Isaac Newton, and so many more. Because if you walk around the school, you see the plaques everywhere of the various major names that went to this school. Is for us again to understand that look at the building. I mean, okay, it looks beautiful, it looks amazing. If you were to go back to Africa and start beginning to look at some of the schools that we have there, you wonder what kind of brains came out of that place. But this is as normal as they come in these parts of the world. And you see that this school produced amazing brains like Sir Isaac Newton and so many more. So this is where history begins to connect with us. And behind the King's School is this place called, what's the name of Church Street? That's what it's called. Church Street happens to have this massive, amazing church. This is another attraction you will be seeing in Grantham. And this church is called St. Wolfram's Church. The church was constructed in the early 1300s to about 282 feet. Has one of the highest spire in the country, which dominates the view of the town. Now, other things, I've talked about the Guildhall. When this church was one of the top churches in England at the time, I think it was the third highest church, and apparently there's such a big thing about the spires, and that's spelled Spire, is one of the biggest things you look at when you're looking at a church. This plaque right here is talking about Isaac Newton actually was in this building as a child and went to school here. So why are we still not, accepting the fact that all of us have as much power as anyone else to become great? I mean, this is so important. That's one of the reasons I do what I do in Kawa tourism, to see places that really stand out, to bring history alive. So mainly going around, see all these amazing places and share it with you. Now, your role, if you love history, if you love all these historical, facts of life, you can take yourself out as well and come and see these places. This is Grantham. It's got its own train station. It's got so many more as well. These are the main things I pulled out of Grantham, but there's so much more to Grantham. They got lots of castles. They got lots of, interesting stories about the town. And it's for you to go and find out the kind of things that interest you. And this is what I do with all the various towns I visit. I'm not saying relaxation is not an amazing reason for traveling. I love relaxation, and I know so many people who love that. You go on a trip, you just want to relax and unwind. You know what I say, explore, experience, and enjoy. But part of that enjoyment, part of that exploration is the education. And nothing could be more fun than getting yourself well informed about things that's happened in the past, things that are very, very historical, things that still affect some of our lives still today. Look at that sphere, right there, all the way to the sky. So things like this really, really amaze me. They really make me wonder. This church has been there for thousands of years. So go and see for yourself, explore, experience, and enjoy. This is Grantham. This is St. Wolfram's Church. And there's so much more to see in this beautiful little town. So look forward to seeing you in our next video. Explore, experience, enjoy. Please share our video with your friends and give us a thumbs up and subscribe to follow us. Thank you.